Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Let us pray again to the God of Peter Dislikes. So please leave a dislike and pray as hard as you humanly can. I really could use it this week. And all right, let's do it again. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Condolences to what we lost on Pearl Harbor Day. How many years ago was it today? Now, uh, it was 83 years ago. Wonder if anybody involved is still alive to this day. But I need you guys to continue to pray for me. Um, I went on yet another blind date last night, and I'll likely see her again today. Continue to pray that things go right. Two other things, upcoming things that I hope to do. Well, I guess the concept of tracking Santa came a little bit early this year. I was waiting for a graphite mold to make a big pour of a Buddha. And I love watching packages because I don't get to travel very much. And when I watch a package fly from China to some other country and then make it to port in Los Angeles or something, it feels like I'm traveling with the package. I really love that. Although the farther away I can order something, the better, right? I really love that. And so I was tracking my package from China, and it's arriving in a couple of days, and I'll get to pour that big Buddha out of crystalline gold, as I like to call it. And wish me luck on that. Pray for me by leaving a dislike. Pray to the God of Peter Dislikes. Um, and I'll be offering one of those as one of my rewards for anybody setting me up on a blind date. Right. And what's the other thing I want? Oh, so I've been eating a lot of celery because it contains a chemical that makes guys smell attractive to girls. I did some more research on other foods and other ways to get to that chemical. It is used as boar spray to get animals to mate, and I discovered you can order aerosol cans full of that stuff. And so once again, I get to track that package on my way, and that'll be nice because then I won't have to stuff myself anymore. Eating celery has been, I mean, I still will eat some celery, but not pounds and pounds and pounds of it, right? And I'll be able to enjoy my, because yesterday I finally make it to dinner with the girl, and I hardly had any appetite. And I had to excuse myself a couple of times to fart. And so it's kind of funny. And so we got it. We were having the whole table. We were having a conversation. Everybody burst out laughing. I was talking about how my sixth grade teacher had accidentally mixed ammonia and bleach, and how I thought it was pneumonia. And when everybody heard that, everybody laughed, and I used that laughter opportunity as an opportunity to fart. And then as the odor came about, I was like, "Did somebody actually mix ammonia and bleach?" And so we all laughed it over. That was good, but I'll be able to stop eating so much celery once I get that boar spray. So pray for that it works well. What else? The boar spray, the 20-pound Buddhas, the and the ongoing date, and I'm going to be, obviously, once I pour some of those 20-pound Buddhas, I'll probably offer one of them as one of my rewards. Part of the reason I offer these rewards is that it is very easy for me, once I have a face-to-face contact with somebody, to make a good impression. What's really hard is to go into a group and network with people, especially a group that's already established. Now, this date that I'm going on, if it doesn't turn out, if we become close friends instead, what might happen is we could go to groups together to meet others, right? And that's fine too. That's what I really need, right? A lot of people don't seem to have that understand. See, it's kind of like if you study chemistry, right? Um, the offering the reward for somebody to put me on a blind date. It's kind of like a catalyst in a chemical reaction, right? It doesn't change the final outcome, but going into a group and networking with people there has a lot. It takes a huge activation energy, and that friend of mine from the church who set me up on this blind date is kind of acting as a catalyst, right? That's the best way I could describe it, right? I teach chemistry, so the other analogy I could give is that it's kind of like if I have any math people here, it's kind of like so let me see what kind of math shortcut I know of. A Laplace transform, maybe, right? You turn a differential equations problem into an algebraic problem, right? It transform. Oh, no, that's not it. It's more like a shortcut, right? Um, oh, I got another one. If you're a physicist, right? So bismuth is theoretically radioactive, but it has a very long half life. It's got a lot of energy in it, but it releases its energy across a huge amount of time, right? Much longer than the lifespan of the universe. But if you were to activate it with neutrons, right, and turn it into polonium 210, which has almost as much energy as bismuth, it's almost the same amount of energy. It just releases it in a much shorter time period, right? And you can think of it like that, right? The activation of that stuff, right? What other analogy can I give? Um, I guess I have a couple students who are studying language arts. I guess another analogy is that here in the United States, we speak English, right? It's a very well formed language. But go to some other cultures, especially in Africa, where the same city might have 100 different languages. It's very difficult for one to communicate with one another, right? And my friend at the church is acting like a Google Translate to help us communicate, right? That's another way to think about it, right? So choose your way, right? Depending on what you can think of the friend at the church as a Google Translate that puts languages together. You can think of him as nuclear activation. You could think of him as a catalytic converter. You could think of him as some kind of mathematical tool like the Laplace transform, like what's another one of my favorite tools in math? I teach calculus. I guess it could be like a graph coloring algorithm or something like that, right? This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Please pray for me. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.